Namaste. My name's Gregg from in5d.com, and today we're going to be looking at the whole Trump indictment that's going to be going on in about 25 minutes or so. We're going to take a quick peek at it through the tarot and see what goes on with there. Interesting. I always take a peek at the bottom of the deck, and the bottom of the deck has celebration going on. So that should be interesting. But I just found it interesting because Allie and I looked into it. We were asked about it a couple of weeks ago when they first thought he would get arrested on that particular Tuesday about a month ago. And Allie and I said, no, that ain't happening. But we looked into it again, and it showed that, yeah, it's going to go, the indictment part is going to go through, which it is today. But today we're going to look at what's going on with it. How far will this go? Will he still be able to run for president? So I got some interesting things that we'll be looking at. Hi, Tammy. Thank you for joining me. Tammy's joining me on the N5D YouTube channel. If there's any other questions that you guys would like to know about this, let me know. Put them in all uppercase. Okay. And Allie and I will be on a little later on at 8 o'clock for just Gregg and Allie live. And then at 10 o'clock, we do our global predictions show every Tuesday night. So tune in later on for that. Allie is going to be interviewing Melissa Kennedy here in about an hour or so. So check that out. Allie's not ready to come on air right now, so I'm doing this solo, and she's at her mother's house. So hi to Allie and hi to Mom. Thanks for tuning in. Hi, Seeker. Thank you for joining me. But yeah, I thought it'd be really interesting to take a peek at some of this stuff, see what's going on. It's I think, people are going to rally around this event even more, when there's a lot. I have to tippy toe around things. Let me say this as well. This is for entertainment purposes only. Yeah. You got to put that disclaimer in there, right? Tim's saying, I just want to know when the system will fail and humanity makes a comeback. Thank you and Allie for all you both do for everyone. So much. We appreciate your input, and you're very welcome, Shannon. Thank you for joining us. Hi, Sunil. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. And hi to Laura. Thank you for joining me. So yeah, I'm using my favorite deck. It's called the Everyday Witch deck, and it's from Deborah Blake, who's a high priestess, Wiccan high priestess, and no, not all witches are bad. That's basically what a lot of the Salem witch trial went on to prove. How people used groupthink to ostracize a certain select part of the society, who was mainly just using like herbs and homeopathic remedies to help heal people, and perhaps some incantations for the betterment of humanity, and they ended up getting rounded up. So anyway, let's take a look, see what's going to happen today with Donald Trump. First things first, will they put him in handcuffs and take him away. Right? So let's see what the cards have to say about that. What I do is I shuffle and I pick a card, then I shuffle and pick a card. And I'm getting, yeah, wow. Dang. Well, I'm seeing Trump right here, but it's telling me to look at things from a different perspective, but yet he's bound. I think when I see this, and we were just talking about, good white magic. I'm seeing like black magic is being used against him, and they're trying to bind him from getting his truth out, and this is him battling the deep state right now. And it's as strong as he is, it's getting to him. And he's portraying himself as a strong, like, alpha male leader, but there's some issues. And I think that, the whole dark magic and the dark cabal that's being used against him is weighing on him. So, I'm not seeing specifically anything that says he'll get arrested, put in handcuffs, taken away, that kind of thing. I don't see that. But what I do see, I'm getting like the repetitive kind of message that it's weighing on him, So I think anyone who follows him, it would be, the power of positive thoughts and intentions, right? I do, for all the medical issues I've had in the past, when you guys have sent me loving, healing energy, you tangibly feel it. I think Donald Trump could use that right about now, because he's feeling like everybody's after him. The witch hunt continues, and it's like, it's like the Russia BS that they kept pulling the last time, and nothing happened. Nothing came out of it. That's what it feels like. It's going on again. So I'm not seeing anything specifically that he'll be arrested today. I'm feeling like, he'll go through the arraignment, and what they'll probably do is set up another court date down the road. And knowing how the judicial system works in cases like this, it's probably going to be a while. So let's take a look. Let's see if this is going to be a drawn out thing, because I'm not feeling like we're going to get anything out of this today, right? I think today's going to be a big nothing burger so far. All right, so we'll take a look and see, will this get drawn out? Yeah. And yeah, there's lots of deliberation going on, and when you ask those yes/no questions and you get the ace, yeah, ace is usually a yes, will get drawn out. But I see there'll be some kind of celebration at the end of this. I think once again, it'll be most likely just like the Russia collusion BS that never came to fruition. Once again, this is for entertainment purposes only. But I'm not seeing him. He's not going to get arrested today. And it looks like it's gonna get drawn out. Let's see if he'll still be able to run for president. All right? Let's take a look at that and see what's going on there. Okay. Yeah. Well, I see him once again. He'll have his cake and he'll be able to eat it too. There is a positive outcome for this. When this is all over, that'll be the new beginning, not just for the United States. I'm feeling this is a global movement that's going on. So I see more benevolence in the cards as well. And what else do we have? Okay. 10 of Cups. Yeah. So I think this is a movement that's going to bring people together more than tear people apart, which is what they were hoping. They were hoping that this would kill any momentum of the Trump train, but I see it bringing more people together. I'm still not sure how Biden got 81 million votes from these tiny little sectors of the United States, but according to the end results, apparently he did for entertainment purposes only. Yeah, crazy. So I'm not seeing anything that's going to be bad. He's going to have to. So what we got so far is that he's going to show up in court today. He will not be arrested. It's going to be drawn out, and it looks like he'll be able to still run. I keep getting the King of Pentacles. They just got it again. He'll have his cake and eat it too. See, he's sitting there with a big chocolate cake. So, anything else? What else could we look into? Do you guys have any questions that you'd like answered? If you do, put them in capital letters. Put them all in uppercase, and we'll see. We'll see what we can look into. His arraignment starts in about 15 minutes. So, hi to everyone that's joining. Trixie 49453, Bogey Pepper from Bradenton, a neighbor. I'm in Sarasota. Hi, Teresa. We got a couple. Yeah, Teresa, Leandra, Stephen. All right. Any indictment must have a reasonable basis. To my understanding, Trump is an upright gentleman who spoke against illegal immigrants, human trafficking, and the deep state, etc. Yeah, the idea of indictment is ridiculous. I totally agree. I just don't see how it can even be pushed at this point. Okay, so that's a good question. Well, let's take a look. He's being arraigned. The question is, will he be free on bond for his own recognizance? Yeah, let's take a look at that. I can see where. Wow. Okay. I can see where this is going. And there's a lot of discussion going on right now. How this is going to play out. But you know what? There's people on both sides of the fence. And I'm not talking Republicans and Democrats. I'm talking white hats and the cabal that are trying to see how this is going to play out. And you know what? Both of their backs are against the wall right now because, the cabal, they're running out of time. And they pushed Trump into that corner right now, but at least Trump has, truth on his side. Got the devil card as well. So we can see what the intentions behind what's going on. But ultimately, we got the world. So yeah, I see him. He will be free. He's not going to be retained, or he'll be let go. I'm not even sure if, I can't tell. He'll be free on his own recognizance, I believe. I'm not seeing anything financially that it would be a bond, because I don't think he's any risk of leaving. So yeah, nothing's coming up. If it'll come up as a bond, don't see that. But not to say it couldn't happen, but I do see him being released on his own recognizance. Something got stolen, and established that something was stolen. The action taken by the current government. Yeah, I'm not going to argue. What else do we have here? Hi to everyone that has joined us as well. America is an example of democracy. The manner in which the action of indictment is taking place will set a bad precedent for the world. It depends on the outcome, right? If truth does prevail, then it shouldn't matter either way. Hi, Linda. Thank you for joining. Yeah, surprise. Yeah. I got another neighbor, southerly neighbor this time. We had one from Bradenton, a little north of Sarasota. This one's a little south in Venice. Hi, Jody. Thank you for joining. And Cindy. He's coming back to Florida tonight. I believe that. Trixie's asking, can you please look into the central banking system going down soon? Well, are you looking specifically into like the World Bank or the Federal Reserve? Because I think we both know what's going on with the Federal Reserve. Yeah, their day, the Federal Reserve's days are numbered. Oh wow, yeah, definitely. I listen, man. Okay, well, the 9 and 10 of swords for the Federal Reserve, and then justice after that, with celebration after that. So yeah, there's yeah, it's going down. Most likely everybody here in the United States will be the last to know, because they're going to hang on to that illusion that the dollar is still worth something as long as they can, because otherwise there would be a run on the banks. This is not financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. But yeah, there would be a run on the banks otherwise. So I also found it interesting with this Trump indictment going on today that Right Side Broadcasting had their account blocked by YouTube for 7 days as of yesterday. So they're unable to televise the event on YouTube. Coincidence though, right? Yeah. Oh, I totally agree, Stephen. Why are past presidents' crimes like Obama, Bush, and Clinton under the rugs? Yeah. Why hasn't, was it Anthony Weiner's laptop been exposed? The same laptop that these New York City, allegedly New York City policemen took a look at and said we're so horrifying that they had to have therapy afterwards. And now many of those same policemen are no longer alive after seeing what happened on there. So yeah, what about that? What about, Hillary's 33,000 emails? What about Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein? What about, all the people that visited there? There's a lot of crap that has not been brought to justice yet, but it is. It has to. Well, actually, it doesn't necessarily have to. There is a way that it really wouldn't matter either way, and that's with the event. If the event happens, everything will change instantaneously. Where those stuck in the lower vibration, yeah, this shit will still matter to them. But those who have been working on, raising their vibration and putting their thoughts and energies into a new manifestation, or you don't even have to, as long as you are a positive person. According to Dolores Cannon, you only need to be 51% positive to make this shift. That's not hard to do. Don't be a dick. That's as simple as that. So yeah, and in that scenario, let's say the solar flash comes, which I've experienced through a vision. And when that happens, this is what I saw. The world gets flooded with light, and it's what I felt too, which is more important actually. But the world gets flooded with light. And when that happens, you're going to feel this unconditional love to a magnitude you've never felt before. The way I describe it is at least 1,000,000 times stronger than any kind of love you can experience on this planet. Imagine the person or the people that you love the most. Multiply that love by 1,000,000. When you feel that kind of love, doesn't matter if your boss is a jerk, money, politics, government, religion, none of that stuff matters anymore. When that white light floods the planet, all that shit goes away. And that's what brings that separation. So you may still have those people, like Dolores Cannon said, the ones that are not 51%. You may still have those people squabbling over what's going to go on here, while in a different reality, maybe on a different plane of existence, it doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't matter anymore because you're in that vibration permanently of love beyond a magnitude that can be even described with words on this planet. I had an N5D beach meetup, which I plan on getting going again here soon. Now that we're getting towards the end of it being in season here in Sarasota and Siesta Key Beach. So I'm thinking about bringing those back together. But I had a woman go to one of my beach meetups, and she's a nurse, and she had a near-death experience. And in her near-death experience, she was shown the same thing that I saw in my vision, saw and felt in my vision. And she said, it's exactly how you described it. That magnitude of love being so powerful. And she agreed, it's like at least 1,000,000 times more powerful than any love you can experience here on this planet. So, I mean, that's what we're looking at. So this could be like one of those divides. Who knows? I'm going to see if there's any other questions in here. If Stormy Daniels and his chargeable offense. All right. After that, can we go after Clinton for lying under oath about Monica? I mean, it's gonna, honestly, this should open the doors for every previous president that's had questionable motives and issues. Who knows? But we've seen how, a lot of this stuff gets either brushed under the table or forgotten about. But man, there's got to be, now that we're in Pluto and Aquarius right now for a brief period of time. Then we go back into Pluto and Capricorn until the beginning of January. And then it goes back into Pluto and Aquarius, which I believe, and it stays there until like 2040 or something like that. I believe that's going to bring on the beginning of the golden age. So we're right now, it's working out. We're working out a lot of issues that we had from Pluto and Capricorn. The last time Pluto was in Capricorn was during both the French and American revolutions. And if you look around what's going on all around the world, revolutions, and that's that energy that's going on from the Pluto and Capricorn. But now we've slowly moved into an area of Pluto and Aquarius while Pluto retrogrades. And but we're going to see this energy also help bring around some more truth. And those that are in the Cabal, they're all master numerologists, master astrologists, or they have connections to people that are those. So, they're using all this stuff. Certain things always seem to happen on specific days at specific times. Yeah, and you can use your imagination on some of that, and you'll be 100% correct. I can't really say those numbers on air, but yeah, they're using that stuff against humanity as much as they can. But this stuff is all coming to the surface. So, well, we have a gag order to not talk about the case. Let's take a look. Okay. Well, this is interesting. He will not be allowed to travel. That's one thing that came out instantly. He won't be able to leave the United States. It's kind of crazy. Sadly, yeah, there is going to be a gag order. I'm trying to look more into it. What I have is, I see it as two different ways. I think that, the moon, we got the moon, and that's, illusion, psychic abilities and stuff like that. But I'm thinking more along the lines of illusion, and that's going to backfire against them. The gag order, what they thought would happen would be that, if Trump were able to talk about all this stuff, then it would create more uprise against the Cabal. But that's going to backfire. It seems like everything they do just boomerangs back at them. So what I'm seeing with this is that that's going to boomerang back at them. It's going to create even more questions and support for Trump. Yeah, so let's see what else we have here. Be helpful if you guys put your questions in capital letters, because it's easy to scroll by them. Trump isn't talking to the press tonight. Yeah. Yeah, we all hope that they get theirs. Yeah. For entertainment purposes only. Yeah. Wiener with all the wieners. Cindy says the crash will start in Europe, then spread throughout the world. This is a good thing. The old evil system is imploding. Well, here in the United States, there's like all sorts of, there's a big push for transgenderism, if that's a word, that they don't have in Europe. I was talking to Allie about this. There's not this whole big transgender crap going on that there is, they don't have that in Europe like we have here, where they're making it this main issue of, a group of people that's like what 3% of the population, if that, and they're blowing it out of proportion. But it's not happening elsewhere. And when you look in Europe as well, you can buy a whole chicken at like Tesco's in England for like $3.50 or £3.50 there. So it might be like closer to $4. But here in the United States, if you want that same chicken, it's going to cost you like $8 to $10. It costs less to buy a rotisserie chicken at many places than it does to buy a whole chicken uncooked, a whole raw uncooked chicken. So yeah, so I'm not sure about that, Cindy. I do know that we are going to be the last to know that the dollar died here. And as we're seeing more and more countries leaving the US dollar for the BRICS system, it's not looking good. If the dollar is no longer being valued in petro, it has no value at all because it's not backed by anything. It's all fiat currency. It costs about as much to print a $100 bill as it costs to print a $1 bill. Why do we assume that one has much more value to it than the other when it's backed by nothing? No, I'm not. No, I'm just coming on to talk a little about what's going on with Trump, and to delve a little further into some of the questions that I have and that everyone else has about that. Yeah, I think that's in regard to the event. Yeah, it's going to be incredibly special, and many of you that are watching, you'll be there. Because I know probably all of you that are watching are at least 51% positive. See you there. Aw, thank you, Leona. I appreciate that. From Australia. Oh, there's Melissa. Allie will be interviewing her shortly. Yeah, this is a surprise. I tried to get Allie to come on with me, but she doesn't have her makeup done just yet. So she's watching though and getting ready, getting all dolled up for you and her interview with you. So that'll be coming up. Make sure you check it out. It'll be on the N5D YouTube channel, the Psychic Allie YouTube channel, and probably on one of our Facebook pages. So check that out. I'm in Venice, Florida. How can I find out about your next beach meet? Love to be with my. Oh, all right, yeah. Stay tuned to either the N5D YouTube channel. Maybe I'll put a post up beforehand, or my N5D Facebook page, or even my personal Facebook page, because I post the same things. Well, actually, my personal I post a little bit more on. So yeah, follow me on Facebook, Telegram as well. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff, political stuff I put on Telegram. I try to put some spiritual stuff and stuff on there as well. But right now I'm hoping that we can reach some of those people that are teeter-tottering at the 49% to 50%, and just all you need to be is 51% positive. And if we can reach people through the truth, maybe that will cause a the whole global consciousness to, get to that point of where we can bring the event or that solar flash to us. Who knows? There's Mom. Hi, Mom. Love you. That's a good question. In New York, where will they find a jury that has not heard of the defendant? I don't even know how to ask that and what to look for in the tarot, but that's an awesome question. I mean, who hasn't heard of him? How do you get people that? Yeah, you got it. Totally. Yeah. Well, no argument there. In Canada, formerly known as Canada, it's illegal to pray for the children and legal to pray on them. Wow. I don't know about that. I haven't read anything about that, but would it surprise me? Nope. Ricardo Bosi here in Australia, the Australian Party, has mentioned that huge U.S. troops have landed here in Darwin, Australia. It was suggested that it was for the white hat takeover here soon. Yeah, that's interesting. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to draw some cards on that, and we'll see where that goes. That's interesting too. Got some pretty cool cards coming out. Yep. Well, that guy, I don't know anything about Australian politics, but the card that came out on him, he's got good energy. People like him. Well, they love him. Little hearts coming out there. He brings a positive, like I don't know if he's young, but he brings a youthful kind of energy with him. For the white hats, yeah. People are wondering, and I think you're taking the right angle on that with the Hanged Man. Why are they there? Well, a lot of people would speculate one way or the other, but that's, are they there for a white hat takeover? That's what it looks like. Because what we got after that was death, which is new beginnings, and then we got the 10 of Pentacles, which Pentacles coins. That's one of the most positive cards you could have, emphasizing the financial takeover. So I could see that happening. Yeah, definitely. Seems like there's something very positive going on there, and you guys deserve that because you guys have been put through hell last 2-3 years. Yeah, high tracked. I don't see it going to like the CBDC, central bank digital currency. It won't here in Florida. DeSantis already outlawed it here in Florida, so we won't have it. But yeah, what if, what you're looking at, if that ever happened, a central bank digital currency, that'd be horrible. Well, once again, it's no different than the US dollar because it's backed by nothing. But it's even worse because they can cut off your access to CBDC if you don't, for example, get poked. If you know what I mean. If you don't get poked, they'll say, well, you don't get access to your money. Or what they'll say is they'll ration things. They'll say you can only have this amount of that. They'll do the social credit scores. They'll do the digital tracking of you. They'll probably start implementing 15-minute cities here like they're already doing in England. it would not be a good thing. You do not want strictly crypto. It would be, it would be horrible. Sappho asks, what do you see happening in Europe with all those immigrants attacking locals? This is what the Illuminati call ordo ab chaos, order out of chaos. And we have it here in the United States. You know, they have all races going up against each other, that at least the ones that are buying into the crap that's being pushed against us. Now we got the whole LGBTQ plus community causing division, and it appears that a lot of the transgender are basically Antifa people that have been causing chaos ever since, the whole burning of the cities and all that stuff. They've done nothing really positive to help build a world full of love. It's the antithesis of that. So, I mean, that's happening not just here in the United States, but apparently in Europe. It's a matter of educating ourselves, and not going too far into it, because you don't want to fester or manifest more feelings of ambivalence or hatred by putting too much energy into it. But on the same token, at what point do you say, I can't bury my head in the sand on this? There's a tipping point. I really can't go into it further because YouTube won't like what I have to say. But I have to leave it at that. Sorry. Yeah, she always does look amazing. I agree. I'm glad you made it here too, as well. Thank you. I don't usually come on. It's daytime here, 2:32 p.m. Eastern. Usually I'll do like a nighttime video. Wow. Oh, you're up early. 4:24 a.m. in Australia. I couldn't sleep. Something is happening, I feel. Yeah. Yep. I think you nailed it with the white hats. Trying to quit Publix rotisserie chicken. Oh, no, that's horrible. Corn oil's terrible. Yeah. If you're going to use oil, my opinion, use avocado oil. Best oil available. It's a medium chain saturated fat. It's actually good for you. Actually helps you lose weight. Yeah, helps you burn fat. It doesn't have all those other nasty fats in it. So if you're gonna, coconut oil is a good one too. But I use avocado oil. Yeah. Yeah, I don't buy that. Do you, Seeker? Seeker says the TV's saying that Trump is trying to monetize this event. I don't buy that. Oh, hi, Allie. It's Allie on Mom's phone. Aw, I love you. Wish you could have been on here with me. But yeah, tune in later on for Allie and me, 8 o'clock Eastern tonight, and then 10 o'clock Eastern when Allie and I do the weekly global prediction show. Hang on, I'll get right back to that. Doesn't everyone find it suspicious that all these companies are doing massive layoffs and retailers closing, including fast food chains like McDonald's? Something is coming. Yeah. Are they doing that because a new currency is coming, or that the dollar is about to die and maybe there already is something in place? Maybe that the white hats have put in place that is benevolent. It's a possibility. Let's put our thoughts and intentions into that. One currency for the world is not good either. Actually, I've said this before. We've all heard that saying, New World Order, and it's horrible. And I would not ever call it that. But under the right circumstances, a New World Order named differently could be amazing for the right intentions. For example, and this is for entertainment purposes only. Imagine if we all spoke the same language. I don't care if it's Spanish, Russian, whatever, doesn't matter. We all learn the same language so we can all communicate with each other. There is a world currency that is backed by gold and silver, precious metals, that we no longer have to convert currencies from different countries, right? Most importantly, this is the one that I think would change the world. Get rid of all governments, this is for entertainment purposes only, and replace them with a council of elders who you can vote on every week or every month. The council of elders' only job is to work in humanity's best interest. I would volunteer for that job. Don't have to pay me. I'd do that for free. All they have to do is work in humanity's best interest. So, maybe at the end of each week or at the end of each month, what did you do this month to help humanity? Right? Well, I worked on free energy and water-powered cars and, that kind of stuff. That's what we need, instead of these politicians who don't give a rat's ass about humanity, that are getting paid off by lobbyists to control bills that are used against us, that we pay for as taxpayers. It makes no sense. So yeah, bring in a council of elders who you can replace every month if you had to. Just make sure that their only job, the only thing they have to do, is work in humanity's best interest. That's it. Name it something else other than a New World Order. Call it something that is positive and, beneficial for humanity. Something along that line. That'd be cool. Yeah, it could be a good thing. So Trump just went into the courtroom. Wow. I posted an article on the Infi-D Telegram page. Apparently, they're injecting cattle and I think pigs and cattle with the mRNA vaccine. What's that going to do to the meat? So, but you're asking, are they doing that on top of that? Are they injecting that stuff? Wow. Okay. There's a lot going on behind the scenes right now. And a lot of it is being, there's decisions being made by both the white hats and the dark hats. Well, that's, wow. Yeah, and like I said, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of illusion that we don't even see, and those decisions are being made for both the white hats and the cabal. Are they? This is for entertainment purposes only. Aces are yes. Though off-worlders will help. Well, we're going to have some kind of help from the off-worlders on this, on negating the negative influences of what potentially could be a horrendous outcome. So, yeah, just be careful, folks. If nothing else, bless your food before you eat it, right? And I wonder about, even organic, what they say is organic. If they're required to tell you, they should be required, because if this is for entertainment purposes only, if that genetically modifies the meat or the animal, then it's not what they say it is to begin with. It would be false advertising. It seems like they would have to put something on the package saying that the DNA was modified of this animal that you're about to purchase. Okay. Yeah. Believe it, they are helping as much as they can, and they are watching. There are so many benevolent extraterrestrials, and this is one thing that the cabal is pushing, is that there are so many malevolent extraterrestrials, and don't buy into it. If all these malevolent extraterrestrials were, around the planet, don't you think we would have seen them by now? And actually, you want to see an ET, talk to your neighbor, look in the mirror. Why do you think we have all these different nationalities, different blood types, RH values? Every language is a star language. You think that's Spanish? No, that came from a different star system. This was the Earth is a experiment to see how various star nations would get along. In some ways, we failed miserably, but in other ways, look at the Great Awakening and how resilient we are as beings, that we can face all sorts of adversities. Trust me, I know that personally from all the medical issues I've had. I'm still resilient, but that's us as a group of beings, of star families being together. We're resilient, and we bounce back, and we stand up and love each other's. So, yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Thank you, Leona. Well, I'm gonna get off here. That didn't sound right. I'm gonna get off here. I'm gonna get offline here, and I'm not gonna watch the court thing. I'll hear about it later on Twitter or something. But stay tuned. Allie and I will be back at 8 o'clock tonight for Allie and Gregg live, Gregg and Allie live, and then at 10 o'clock we will have our weekly N5D global predictions with Psychic Allie and Gregg. So stay tuned for that later on. All right, and if you haven't subscribed to the N5D YouTube channel, do so. Give us a thumbs up. Share it on your social network. That would help us greatly. So until a little later on, I'm Gregg from N5D.com, sending you all infinite love and light from my heart to yours. Namaste, everyone.